Hello traders, this is Daniel from Crush Pro Trading, and today I'm gonna go a little bit through the European indexes and some of the most important European CFDs in the most important countries in Europe. And I specify that because I'm not going through all the stock market. It's just a few of the CFDs that my broker offers, and for me it's enough to trade that. And anyway, I just want to show you right now at the European Open what I'm doing. And first things first, I'm gonna go a little bit through the main indexes in Europe. We can see this is the German index, and nothing really much happens here. Maybe we should see a drop retesting these levels here, but nothing really important or significant right now. The French index, same thing. So usually the indexes in Europe, usually they move in a similar way. So there are a little bit of divergences among them, but in general they move the same way. This is the EU 50 index. Then we have the UK 100. So as we can see from the German here, French here, the EU here, UK here, and also the Spanish ones, the Spanish index, they all try to retrace uh, last week ending days, Thursday, Friday, down movement, try to retrace it. So uh, nothing really important that I can look at, just to take a note and think about that it's kind of in a retracing mode, which means that it might resume the downtrend sooner or later. So I have to pay a little bit attention on that. Then I'm gonna go through the German CFDs that I have here, and slowly one by one on the 1 hour chart I'm gonna check them out and see if I can find any good pattern that I'm looking for. I specified in earlier videos and before, and previous videos and before that, basically my strategy relies on Elliott wave theory, and I'm trading correctional patterns, and also impulse waves, but most of the time correctional patterns. And I'm waiting for those patterns to finish, and then get on them when they will get to trade them once they will resume the previous trend, right? That's what basically happens when the correction is over. It will resume the previous trend. So uh, this one looks a little bit better, but not that much. Also very important, I don't look just at the pattern. I like to see uh, the momentum moving in the same direction on at least two time frames. One, the time frame that I'm looking at, and the higher time frame, which for me is the 4 hour time frame. So I want to see the momentum going the same direction also. And yeah, let's go a little bit faster through them. I don't want this video to be very long. I usually don't like to be recording a very long video, maybe a maximum 15-20 minutes video. So seems that this is Lufthansa CFD on the German index, might be developing a 5 wave movement towards the downside. Hey, there we go, looks like it. So that will basically tell me that this market will continue to go downwards. The downward trend has resumed. So I'll be waiting for this 5 wave movement downwards to finish, and then show me a correction, and then I'll trade that correction towards the downside, right? So even though we see here a correction that already happened, like an ABC for the previous trend, right, for this trend here, so an ABC already happened. So I would look for this low here, for the B wave low, to take out that low, and then basically it will tell me that the pattern has been completed, and the market might resume its previous trend. Okay, so not so many CFDs I have on each index. This was the German one, just a few ones. I think few of the main which I like to trade, and until I develop a good scanner for the markets with the terms that I'm looking for, I'll do it manually, and then focus on the few CFDs that I have. This one, same thing, correction, and then coming downwards, probably looking for that low here to complete that pattern. This is, by the way, this is the French index, Air France, Lufthansa, Air France. So these are already two stocks in the airline companies which they're showing me that they actually changed their trend towards the downside. Maybe something happening with the airline companies in Europe. Airbus, this is kind of building airplane company. This might be sooner or later a good one when it will make a new high above it, so I'll keep attention on this one. This is called Danone. Let's see, BNP Paribas, correction coming down. Oops, jumped one. This one's coming down probably. So you can see here I'm looking at this one, and I have few targets which I wanted to be reached, but right now it's like pushing hard down. So if it takes that low, then I have to adjust targets or adjust the whole idea. So we'll see. And yeah, nothing really interesting happening right now in France. Let's see UK. The UK data that I have, it's delayed, but anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm not that short term. Okay, so yeah, I don't see today any specific opportunity that I can look at and pay attention to. So maybe in the future some ideas developing, and even if I find a pattern on this 1 hour chart, then I'll try to move one time frame lower and try to get a better entry than I get on the 1 hour with a smaller risk and a bigger risk reward ratio, probable risk reward ratio. You never know where your reward is. So this correction here finished, it's pushing upwards. So this kind of a pattern I'm looking for, right? A correction, and then the momentum turns around, and then I most likely like an engulfing bar engulfing candlestick pattern happening, showing me the reversal is real, and the in this case the bulls took over and the market pushing higher. So I'll have targets for this move down here, the first half of my position, then confirmation up here, and then I'll trail those targets. I'll trade the market once it reaches that target. So momentum in my direction. Let's see the 4 hour chart, what's doing. Oversold, which is really great for me. Yes, it signals that the buying position should be in place, and I mean, I'm already far away from the entry. Entry should be here above the pattern, right? Even though this one is not very clear, but I would have gone like on 14th August at 7 p.m. So 14th of August, 7 p.m. I received the entry, right? So This would have been my entry right above here, 28.80. Stop loss 27.99, below that. So that would be my risk, 50% of that and 100% of this would be my two targets at least. Of course, they're different levels of filtering and opportunity. So if the risk reward ratio is very low, I wouldn't really bother on it. Even though I like the pattern, I like the price, the levels, then I will go for that. But if I see the risk reward ratio very low, like a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio, then I wouldn't really go after that. I want a minimum 2-to-1 risk reward ratio, probable risk reward ratio, so I might add, and I would go after that. But I was just showing you the example earlier just to explain like what am I actually looking for and what I want to see happening. In this case, I might have an impulsive wave subdivided in a 5-wave moving towards the upside, and yeah, normally what I see, I like to see an engulfing pattern happening in at least first candle, 2 candlesticks here. I don't want too many candlesticks trying to overcome the first candlestick, so which that would tell me basically that the market has not sufficient power to overcome the in this case the bears. So yeah, I would like to see a prompt decisive action happening there. Momentum on my side. You see momentum, yeah, actually developed really good for the first 3 bars. But anyway, if this thing is not the way I like it, then I would wait for it to do the 5-wave movement, and once that's complete, then I will short it for the ABC pattern, because I know after a 5-wave movement there's a high probability a correction comes next. So of course it's not 100%, it could move in a 7 or 9 wave towards the upside, but usually a correction follows, so I would trade on that assumption. Okay, so this is Standard Chartered. I think this is a bank in the UK, so that would have been a nice opportunity, right? Okay, so that's it. I mean, German, French, UK, and looking a little bit of at the main indexes in Europe with the German. Look at that, turning around. French and EU and UK and Spain also. I got the Spanish index too. So it seems that all of them are dropping really hard right now. I think we are like 20 minutes into the open, European open, depending exactly where you are in Europe. But yeah, I mean, it would be really nice when you choose a CFD or stock from a specific index. That stock basically try to mimic what the whole index is kind of doing, right? You want to be on the same page with everybody, and I think it's not a decisive factor for me into like taking that trade, but it would help me a lot and make me feel more comfortable if it moves the same way the whole index is moving. So that's it for the European Open and for the European indexes and CFDs that I have. So as I said, there's just a few of them that my broker offers, and then I just want to show you guys like what I do and what's going on. So until next time, everybody take care and have a good trading day. Bye.